What's up, Internet? Good morning. So I did get one of my really good spots. It's a little windy today, but it's warming up in general, which I'm very happy with. So yeah, I thought I was done with this area, but it's the major snowstorm came and went, and it all melted, and now it's clear and heating up. So yeah, it's actually gonna get like pretty warm. So yeah, but right now it's the morning. It's chilly. Man, I'm just tired of internet better than yous. They always come in with, well, actually, and they're just like completely wrong. And it's just like, I would rather have smart people agree with me than think I'm wrong and find out otherwise. Because I was having one argument with a guy earlier, and I'm like, you're the modest, humble slaves of pedophiles. And he goes like, oh, that's an ad hominem. That's a red herring. And it's not, but and then I pick up like his photo, and I'm like, he's got this like manicured beard, these beady black eyes, and wrinkles all over his face from smiling. His teeth are all fucked up from smoking. And I post his photo, and I'm like, really? And then he goes, oh, that's a personal attack because you don't have any logical arguments. And I'm talking about literally, how you look. Why do I need anything other than your own photo? And it's just, people are frustrating, especially like, I tried it before when I was, especially like a few decades ago. I made a female avatar and a female name, and I masqueraded as a female. All these dudes who tell me, no, you're wrong, would then agree with me and be like, oh, you're right, so true, wow. Oh, yeah, they would all agree. And so it's just like, it really has nothing to do with me being wrong. It has everything to do with, nah, fuck you, buddy. I'm the guy, right? That's what it is. So it's like really frustrating. It's one of the reasons I stay to myself, is just like, I love y'all because you're the only ones I know, right? But y'all frustrate me because I don't want to play your games. I don't like the bullshit. Yeah. So. Yeah. Guys can't be my friend because they've got to get the pussy for themselves. And if I have any meritable qualities at all, it jeopardizes their plans. So they have to go like, and that's evolution. That's built in them. All right, fight it out. Who's the strongest? All right. But when I'm pretending to be a female. Oh, wow. That's why guys become girls to date women. Guys become girls to date women so they can circumvent, which I've done accidentally. Dated fucking people I thought were fucking women, turned out to be guys. I've dated a lot of women. Definitely had real women, but it's happened a couple times where I was like, well, she's hot, why she's single? Because she's a fucking HRT. Yeah. They straight up let kids say they're supposed to be a woman and then give them injections to change their gender biologically. And all of them have had the bottom surgery. So, which is chaos in society. It's one of the reasons I'm against trans, is like, you're just confusing breeding. You have no valid business wanting to be a woman. All of that shit is like the worst decision you ever made. Nobody's born in the wrong body. I guess there's some arguments for like, there's people who are hermaphroditic. They're born with both male and female parts. And so if that can happen, then you could feasibly have someone who is born in the wrong body. They're traumatized by being a man. Well, let me ask you, are you traumatized by being a man, or did they circumcise you? And let me tell you what, going through with the full bottom surgery is not going to make you feel any better. So it's a horrible subject. I wish I didn't have to talk about it, but it's what you people did. Yeah, Tesla said it will live to see horrors beyond our comprehension. One of the horrors is turning men into women telling kids they were born in the wrong body and then giving them hormones so they become the other gender. The fucking male dick reconstruction for a female to male is horrible. Don't do it. Don't change your gender. Just give yourself time. Give yourself time. You're not going to be happier changing your gender. Unless you want to be that explorer. You're like, I want to experience, what human medicine can do. And I want to change my gender because fuck my original self, Maybe, but I still think it's a bad idea. Don't hurt yourself that way. Stick with your original gender. More people will like you. Don't become a woman to date women. It's a waste of time. It's a waste of time. Most of you are just so heartbroken you don't think you can do it the main way, which might be a good judgment. Thinking that you're not good enough to do it the main way, that could have happened, right? That you're actually not a valid breeding partner, and there are other, better, different people. I love it. My neighbors are these people who are like, they've stuffed like 4 or 5 RV trailers all at one spot, and they're having like a big party at night. It's pretty cool. I like them. But they all got these giant ass trucks. I'm this little guy in a Transit. The Transit's fun. It's a 4-cylinder. The thing I discovered on the Transit, I wish I knew a lot earlier. Turn off overdrive. Yeah, turn off. Overdrive sounds like turbo mode. It's not. It's fuel efficiency mode. Overdrive is only good for flat highways. It's not good for hills. It's not good for towing. It's not good for off-road. Turn off overdrive. Yeah, I wish I knew that earlier. But, yeah, so I said I don't like playing your games. I do like playing your games. I'm playing, what do you call it? Oh my gosh, this fucking game. I was rolling to get my character maxed out, and there's another secret tier past max out called Paragon, and I'm like, should I get... I was failing the roll. Finally, on the guaranteed roll, I get 2 copies. And I'm like, oh, I got lucky and got a copy at the very end? I thought that was ridiculous. It could have just been luck, but it was probably the sign just to go for Paragon. As I need to get 5 more copies. So later on, when I get Paragon unlocked, I can get her to Paragon. And then I'm not going to do Paragon 2. It's just too many copies. So yeah, if I want to get both characters, I have to Paragon 2. Or Paragon 1. It's going to cost me about 120,000 gems. So I'm going to keep playing that content and get there. Yep. I'm going to play all their old content. So I went through Thorns of Devotion was really good. Thorns of Devotion was amazingly good. AFK Journey. Thorns of Devotion was amazing. If you can play right now, play right now. Yeah, Thorns of Devotion was sick. Song of Strife sucked. Their first expansion came out. I was playing the game and I liked it until Song of Strife came out, and then I quit. I was like, this sucks. I abandoned the game. I deleted it. And I just went back and I beat it, and it did suck. Compared to Thorns of Devotion, Song of Strife was fucking awful. It was like just boring, not cool. And like the problem that I had with it is like every little part was just to the next part, and it didn't really like build up into something greater. It didn't really use the plot for itself. Thorns of Devotion did. Thorns of Devotion laid these little seeds that when they sprouted was just a fucking recipe for chaos that was awesome. It was exactly... I love those types of stories where it's like they introduce a bunch of elements, and in the final scene all the elements like conflate together, which I thought was beyond awesome. It was a really good conclusion. It got me hooting, and then it got me crying. It was really good. Song of Strife didn't get any of that. Song of Strife was just bad. Their first expansion, Song of Strife, is just fucking boring and awful. So I'm playing their second expansion. I started it right now, the one with the waves and the boat. And it's a lot better. It's a lot better. It's a lot more to do, better voice acting, a little better emotions. We're going to see where it goes. I still think it's like going to be a proto thing, because I was hearing fans talk and they're all saying Thorns of Devotion was the best one yet, which it is. Thorns of Devotion is insane. It's like, it's pretty cool. Thorns of Devotion is hilarious. It's a good one. I'm definitely interested in seeing what they come out with next. So yeah, I'm gonna stick with it. AFK Journey. AFK Journey is like one of the best games to ever come out. There's a few things I don't like about it, but it's there's no other game like it. No other game like it. What I like about Thorns of Devotion is I'm better than Nike Goddess of Victory. Nike Goddess of Victory just doesn't have enough content. Like it, there's tons of voiceover, but you don't get to see the characters acting out full scenes, which you do in this. Apparently, it's made over $200 million, AFK Journey. So, yeah, they're putting that money back in the production value. Yeah. But I didn't like Song of Strife at all. I thought Song of Strife was fucking poopy. And I played it for the gems, but this was before they were giving you gems on every monster you faced. They only give you gems sometimes. Yeah. But see, every time like the story catches me, I go and buy a cosmetic. I don't buy power. I'm not gonna spend in game. I'm totally fine if me playing the game gives me enough I need to progress. 1000% really cool with it, and it does. That's one of the reasons I support them, is that uh, playing the game will give you enough to progress. And I also support them because they let your character be seen by others. So if you do get cosmetics, you can like create costumes to show off, which I like. Um, yeah, right now I'm dressed as like a dark, dusky cowboy from the Song of Strife. Some free items I got. Yeah, I gave him money for Thrones of Devotion. Thorns of Devotion. Um, uh, no, I like my hill up here. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool. Um, I'm not going to cook until later because it's too windy. The wind will die down tonight. But right now it's just too flippin' windy. Um, I don't mind having the sun in my eyes. I was daggone cold the first night I was here, and so it's like waking up to it warmer was nice, and then it's gonna get even warmer. It's gonna get another 10 degrees on the high and 10 degrees on the low, so that's gonna be nice. Yeah, definitely like my favorite weather is like 50 degrees, no wind. If it's windy, it's got to be warmer. I don't like wind. Wind is just tough. Not a big wind fan. Um, and I like um, cold. Yeah, I can sleep at 32 degrees. Any colder than that is starting to get cold. I got that Sherpa blanket though, and I love it. I also use the Mylar space blanket. Yeah, if it gets too cold, I put on the space blanket. Man, you don't need anything else than a space blanket. I would love to get like a freaking a ruggedized like long term space blanket, like maybe even thick mylar or something. Um, Maybe like woven mylar, and get that as like I've got my comfy blanket for all seasons, and then I've got like the mylar blanket for when it gets cold, and that's all you need. You're gonna be toasty as an oven in a mylar blanket. It's pretty good. It reflects 90% of your body heat back at you. It's like, yeah, it's pretty good. Science. But yeah, I'm gonna keep playing the water level today, the water expansion, and this time I'm gonna listen to all the dialogue. Song of Strife just had me skipping. They just go blah 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 blah, not really saying anything interesting. The characters make these weird choices. Like some of the characters are just mean for no reason or shitty. That's one of the things that Song of Strife did, is it took like earnable player characters and made them trashy people, and I'm like, who wants to play this? Hey, you want to use this character? She's annoying and awful. I don't know why they did that. So it did seem like they learned their lesson. It was like they listened to the feedback, or they paid attention to what they did, and they're like, we can do better, and they did. Yeah, the content got way better, way better. So yeah, which I appreciate. Little innovations. Yeah, and the base game, the starter game, is like so simple. It really is tough for like a writer to plant seeds in the early works of everything that happens later. A great writer, a god writer, will do that. A god writer will know later on like big things that happen and will plant the seeds earlier. So yeah. I think about my parents sometimes, but I always remember what they did to me, and I'll never talk to them nice again. Like, what a bunch of jerks! Like, what they did to my body, and then what they made me do on the daily. That's not normal. They were mean. They were mean. They were people who, I don't remember them ever having like nice talks about life, or ever asking about my interests. They would ask about my interests, but like in a humiliating way. I felt like I was like making myself vulnerable to people who would hurt me. And, uh, yeah, they're just awful. It's kind of what you need to survive here. Like, the good thing about having parents that were mean is I don't get wrapped up in anyone else's bullshit. Oh, you're nice to me? Yeah, I don't fucking believe that bullshit. Um, so, yeah, the animals all eat each other here. My pizza crusts are gone, and the crows were saying nice things in the morning. They silently stole them, and then when I went outside and one flew over, I swear he said thank you. Yeah, I like the crows. If I'm not gonna eat it, I can definitely give it to you. You like it? Hey, that's awesome. Good for you, man. So yeah, nah, it's pretty good up here. It's people are. This is what they do. They drive in with their trailers and they drop it, and they go to town every couple days. And I tried to get it where I don't go into town at all. So yeah, I go out and I literally sit the full 2 weeks, and I don't need a refresh. I'm probably gonna go in after a week though. Get some stuff. So yeah, it's funny. I've got this nature song. They don't like the corn. This bird feed has corn in it. They don't like the corn. And I've tried the corn. The corn is hard. The fuck? Who thought that was a good idea? Hey, what if there's some hard as fuck corn in there? Yeah, they hate that. I guarantee you what it is, nature song. It's probably just a bunch of cheap shit. They're like, well, we've got hard corn no one wants. That's dirt cheap. All right, we could put that in there and sell it. Money. Money. Slaves of money. Whether people have nice lives or not has to do with how much money they got. It does. Money can buy a nice house and nice stuff. Let me tell you what, that's going to feel fucking good for a long time. You don't have a nice house or any nice stuff, that's going to feel bad all the time. So yeah, money is a huge deal. Holographic money. It's my social revision. I don't think any politician or any system they offer will ever capture what I want to do, so. I heard them out. I took civics, economics. I learned how the government works. I heard them out. Fuck your system. I don't like it. Holographic money is a better system. So, that's my offer. Even if they don't adopt it, hearing the principal ways holographic money works could end up influencing them to adopt similar ideas, which would start to make me happy. Sun chips are still delicious. I had these when I was a kid. They haven't changed much. They're pretty good. Yep. Usually I hide in the shade. Not today. I'm in the sun. I don't care. I'm gonna soak up the sun. Like I was cold recently. I was. Yeah, AFK journey. It's pretty good. I think everyone gets the same basic starter character when you first do your SSR roll. I usually like seeing when I do the SSR roll, like who I get. It's usually pretty interesting. Yeah, I'm aiming at a limited time character right now. There's a limited time character who's sick, and I have her maxed out right now. But later on, when I get more characters maxed out, I'm gonna unlock the next tier, and so I'm thinking about like pre-getting her shards to the next tier only. I'm not gonna go up to Paragon 4. I don't have the money for that. Yeah, I can get both the new characters to Paragon 1, but not Paragon 4. Paragon 4 is fucking out there. Impossible. Yeah, I'm doing it free to play. Played the content to earn all the gems, so. I only buy cosmetics. I mean, that's to thank them. If they do something that blows my mind or makes me like really feel something, then I'm like, $20. Thank you. That was awesome. So, yeah. There's a lot of games where I could pay to win. I could give them money to win. I could definitely do that. I've got the money. I want to give them $100 to get the thing I need. I could do that. I'm not. Because I'm going, can I earn it by playing? And if I can, I'll buy a cosmetic. Yeah, that's how I say thanks. Is I'll buy a skin for somebody, or I'll buy like a, yeah. But I like it so far. It's actually pretty good. It's a fun story. But yeah, I've been having the idiots fucking arguing with me quite a lot, and they are idiots because they make assumptions about what I like. Earlier, I said XX is 2 copies of the same information, so extra stable, and XY is the wild card. And you know, they're not the same information. Yeah, they are. They're not identical, but the X chromosome basically works the same way in both. And it is true that they use that having the extra chromosome lends stability. He was this dude who works at a card shop. That's not how it works. Yeah, it is. You just heard it different. It's like I got argued with. This is a point when someone argued with me, right? Easter Island, right? We saw the Easter Island heads, and I said, I bet they have bodies buried under that. They laughed at me, literally. It was the funniest thing, right? And it turns out later they were like, yeah, that's true. All right. So another thing that I said, what was the other one? Another prediction I made. Oh yeah, hypertrophy. Like when the breasts are enormously huge, they call that hypertrophy. And I was like, yeah, because it's a trophy. It's like if every woman who's hot has big breasts, then eventually they're going to get bigger and bigger and bigger, right? And so it was a trophy. I've got a woman with huge breasts. And then a hypertrophy is the breasts are now gargantuan, right? And I said that's what it was. It's a hypertrophy, is that they idealize it, they want it. And so with successive generations of people wanting that, it's become pronounced, right? And they're like, no, hypertrophy is a disease. No, that was exactly what hypertrophy was, you fucking idiots. Don't argue with me. I guarantee, even when it looks like I'm not right, I'm right. Mm. Yeah, that would be the only thing I would love about my propane cooker, would be as if it had a sleeve for the wind. That would be amazing. That would be amazing. I can't really use it in here. I'll freaking get poisoning. Yeah, if I wanted a KMS, I would turn it on and close all the windows. But yeah, no, they keep arguing with me about the government. I'm like, circumcision appears in every culture across the globe, which is a fact. And they'll all, oh, we don't do that in England. And I'm like, the Prince Harry and Prince Charles are both circumcised. You don't do that in England? Oh, okay. Because they know what leaving that book around will do to you. It doesn't mean they're Jewish or Muslim. They're Christians. They just argue. And it's usually like stupid looking people, ugly people. I don't have any kids. You don't need to tell me I'm ugly. Well, I want a family. All right. Well, now your family's going to look stupid too. Good work. Yeah, they just can't believe there's a secret government. They're like, no, the government is the King of England and God. That's the government. His son, Jesus Christ. The real government likes virgin girls. It's way scary. It's not a good situation. I didn't ask for that. That's what I was born into. That's one of the reasons I haven't like talked to or seen my family in decades, is they're just like, they're fucking crappy. They had me, tortured me literally, and didn't, were just mean. I had to do all the time. My whole day from the first time to later was nonstop. I had to do things I didn't want to do. That's why I'm fucking homeless and live in my goddamn van. I've heard enough. I've heard enough. I'd rather have no family and nothing than give this place any energy. Now, I'm definitely like serious about like upgrading your technology, which I feel capable of doing. I'm you're gonna have to go through a whole transformation. But yeah, this card shop dude arguing with me about XX and XY. That's not how it works. Yeah, it is. He just hadn't heard that before, and so he's like, but how did he have? I have the big thoughts. Y'all think everyone thinks they have big thoughts. I've got huge thoughts. I've got big thoughts. You know. I recognized there was a secret government, that the male genital mutilation isn't an accident or a cultural weird oddity. It's really an attack. Yeah. The word of God doesn't find itself on every corner tax-free because everyone believes it so much. No, it was forced there. Right? There's no hell. I was born in hell. Hell is my whole life. The creator only makes shitty stuff. You gotta fly around eating corpses or you starve. You don't ask. It's really deep. Thanks, guy. What a fucking genius. I do agree with those things that it's like for entertainment. It's not for us. We weren't made so we would have nice lives for us. We were made so that we would do all the work for people who are just being entertained. Yeah, the real government wants to have sex all day. And weird how they did that. So, and most people will argue because that's why I show them their physical faces. I take photos of them and go, you really think this guy's a winner? Because they're delusional. They won't see it. They go like, how do you exist if you look so fucking stupid? In a monkey colony, it makes sense. If you look cool, you're going to die. Right? If you look better than the other chimps, they're going to get mad. So, and that's exactly how it works with the government. Yeah. The British royalty gets circumcised. Anti-Semitism is such a thing. It's like the backstabbers who cut baby boys. Literally, if you read the Jewish religions, which I have, and read the religious books, it makes them better and different than everyone. And it says it's okay to betray everyone in the name of this because you're just special. And so if you let those people into your society, they're going to do things like take out a huge insurance policy and have an attack on the World Trade Center. They're going to do all these things, and then they're going to be like, oh no, that was an accident. That was divine providence because God loves me so much. And I'm just like, no, that was you scamming everyone, cutting the boys. And so the thing is that the Jews aren't the ones who run everything. The Jews were created by the people who run everything to cut everyone. So it's kind of like, by controlling the money and controlling the property, they can say what religious buildings are where and what they say, right? These are the profound scriptures that everyone agrees with, right? And even though they just made it up and forced it to be there, people get fooled into thinking, oh, this is a holy tradition that my ancestors believed in. They don't understand that it's some bullshit that was pushed in front of them by a hand they can't see. And that's not the conspiracy theory. That's not a theory. It is a conspiracy. It's not a theory. Humans put bait on fish hooks. Humans will spend meticulous time making lifelike looking bait just to capture fish. Humans will make lifelike bait to capture fish. Isn't that a conspiracy? Or like using AI to make AI women to capture money. So would you make it the holy word of God? You're going to heaven to cut your dick off and steal all your money. So, the creator's fine with that. You can lie and say, I'm the creator. Ain't shit gonna happen to you for doing that. I made a career saying God is trash. And the only bad that's ever happened to me came from people who believed in God and were angry. Yeah. There's no such thing as like no cosmic malaise or misfortune befell me. It was only a few people who were angry about that, you know. It's not like it's not like my car suddenly broke down. It's not like I got sick. Nah, I said God is trash and shit happened. A few people who felt differently tried to stop me, but that's, fuck them. They do. They think God is all powerful, then they think they have to go out there and fight the world on his behalf. And I'm like, the fuck, get over yourself, you idiot. So yeah, I have people argue with me all fucking day. Anything I say, the smarter it is, and the more right, the more people are like, no way. Yeah. The real government doesn't like money. The real government likes sex. They'll trade money for sex. Like gold and diamonds. Yeah, they'll give you a heaping of gold and diamonds if you do everything they want. Enact policies they want and look the other way. Yes, you'll have the biggest palace. You'll have treasure. But you're going to have to get those boys cut. And they'll always do it. These rats. So. Oh well. We were made with needs and the requirement to work and plan. It's just like, how does the creator get off making us with hurtable bodies? I know about evolution, but I'm just saying, how do we get off having hurtable bodies and then we're supposed to not hurt each other too? It's just like, it doesn't make any sense. It's like, yeah, of course you can just hurt people and nothing happens, but they cry. Right? The creator doesn't care. If the creator cared, we wouldn't be hurtable. If the creator cared, we wouldn't need to like do so much to eat or we'd starve. We wouldn't shit. The creator doesn't care. Like, fuck it. So that's kind of my philosophy on like abstinence and antinatalism, is that it just ain't good enough to live. This place just ain't good enough to live. It's really not. And I'll take the invitation at knowing how it works to design something better, to make something better. For sure. The things we hate about it and the things we like about it, we can get rid of the things we can hate. We can bring on more of the things we like. Mm-mm-mm. my breakfast. Although the wind is kind of slowing down. I might try to cook anyway. Oh no, the wind is crazy. Never mind. This shit just don't move. Yeah. Man, yeah, you got to come out here with enough supplies. Ain't no way you're driving to town every day. I used to do that. I used to come out here with like just enough for a couple days, and then I'd go back and come out again. And now I'm like, yeah, let's stay out at least a week, which is better. I appreciate all the hard workers, all the truckers, all the people who do the growing and the sewing and the manufacturing, steel, all the miners. I really do appreciate you. Really do. I try to keep my consumption to a minimum. I get just what I need, and then I hold on to it and keep it going. So, yeah, I totally believe there should be like a free quit tier. I think that the working pay should start at like 3 times what free is. You can't have it a bigger ratio than that. If working pay pays more than 3 times what free is, then free will be too small. And if free is too big, right? If working pay is only, say, double free, people won't want to do it. I think 3 times is like the perfect time. It's like I could make $33 today, or I could make $99. Would you go out to make $99? Would you consider it a sacrifice? Yeah, I'll just work for the next few weeks and then build up some money and then buy like a sled or whatever. I don't know. Yeah. Our society runs on no basic income. There's no money for you unless you do something. Toil. Fucking find something to do and do it, right? And that just enslaved everybody, right? It was literally the people who designed that were never going to do shit, and they were going to take the benefit of everything you did, right? And they thought it was like super high IQ, like fuck them, right? I remember being in class. If I had a standout moment, all the boys would get mad and be like, no, oh yeah, well, I'm better and all that stuff. And so it's like, whatever. They want us to fight for fun because it's funny. They want us to fight because it's entertaining, not because we need it or like it. So yeah, women are XX. That's 2 copies of the same information, extra stable. The Y chromosome is nothing like the X chromosomes. And yeah, I got well actually by a card shop owner. Well, actually. Yeah, X chromosomes aren't identical, but they're the same. I didn't say identical. I said same. Which, compared to the Y, yeah. Yeah. X chromosomes are the same compared to the Y, sure. But hey, it's time for card shop guy to be like, well, actually. He's like, no, that's not right at all. Yeah, it is. The men are given the wild card. Nature will try all sorts of different shit with men because it only takes one to make all the babies. And with women, nature does extra stable. They have 2 copies of the same information, so they're like dependable and ordinary. What? Why'd you shut down? The power station somehow turned off. Why did that happen? You dirty? We'll see if it stays on. That was weird. Maybe I unconsciously turned it off. Who knows? Yeah. Anyway, that's enough yapping for today. On my hill, overlooking the town. I had my blue, I could see the ski slope from where I'm at, and I had the blue laser pointer out, and I was like going up and down across the valley. Yeah, pretty fun. You can't shine it in people's eyes, and I'm respectful of planes, but yeah, having a laser come out is pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Nobody was seeing that at all until recently. So yeah, I appreciate scientists. I mean, they go to the edge of what's known, and then they look around from there, figure out everything we found out, and then and then investigate. Go a step further. What happens if? What about that? And everyone doing it together is like, pile up information, and eventually we'll be able to do things like live forever for free. So I am kind of, I definitely should be considered a father of eternal man. That when humankind has like eternal youth, I've definitely, because there's people who don't want that. There's people who see the beauty in aging, right? There's people who see that, who want that to continue, and I don't. And I think that you should solve that as soon as possible, and that people should live forever for free. You should actually like your life. And so my total plan is the AI spaceship core. I said when you have an efficient means of transferring energy, they go like, there's no free energy. Yeah, there is. There's no perpetual motion machine. Yeah, there is. You see the stars, you see the planets. Yes, granted, it's not like truly infinite. We're talking about billions of years of activity. Maybe it is truly infinite. I don't trust that people know how the cosmos works yet. Or if they do, they keep it to themselves and they lie to you to fuck with your head. Yeah, teaching people a bad baseline to ruin their intuitive intelligence. That's real. It's like when they say, I'm going to steal your sight, steal your eyes. They're talking about your actual third eye, your ability to know things, right? And so if you're going to hide like a secret master race in a secret base, what you do to hide that is you lie to them. You give them a fake baseline of knowledge. There's a speed to light. Um, uh, yeah, it would make sense if you're just seeing. I'm just picking up what's there. Or anything else, right? Like how they said that your brain doesn't form new neurons. You know why they told you your brain doesn't form new neurons after an age? Because they wanted you to do that. They had given you the box and they said, now concrete it. And then now they're like, oh, wait, new neurons do form. And it's like, oh, fucking dingles or dummies. No, they lie to you on purpose to be mean. And then the people who are lying to you die and don't tell everyone it was a prank. And they're like, oh, that's not true? That wasn't true? Yeah. You're dealing with a mischievous monkey. Mankind is a mischievous monkey. He's going to tell you all some nonsense and go off and have a howl. He's going to find it the funniest thing ever. You made him get old and die. You made him have a job. He wasn't loved enough ever. Yeah, he's going to pull some fucking pranks. Right? He's gonna got him. God said, cut your kid's dick off. No, just do it. You'll go to heaven. You did it. I don't know what to make of you people. Just sad slaves. Sad slaves. Yeah, God is trash. I fucking hate God. God is so bad, it took a pedophile to invent him. Yeah. So, there are pedophiles. Their sex crime victims are kids. Sometimes religious people will hear me say that and be like, well, you're a pedo because you care about it so much. It's like, no, I'm a victim of you, and I don't do anything that you do. I don't do anything they do. Yeah, I liked kids when I was a kid. when I was their age, I thought like girls my age were incredibly beautiful. Now as an adult, I go, that's a little kid. Doesn't even look the same. So, yeah. Yeah, the fires of youth with mating is very intense. As much as I don't like being almost 40, I definitely appreciate the decrease in sex drive because it's like I'm not being tortured as much by it anymore. I can really just like go on and do something else. So, yeah, I very much liked the plot of Devotion. Thorns of Devotion. I liked the plot. It was very good. It's about gods who had gone bad and betrayed their charges on their people. And it's about like gods falling in love with men. And it's about you pretending to be a god. It's all about like this god thing. And I had saw some people going, the plot is sus. I go, no, the plot is great. The plot will make you think, retch up that assurity you had in the gods. You know, if you can make a world of death where the things all eat each other and only the strong survive, then what's that story really about? Is that really about love and kindness? Um, just saying. So, yeah. If you were circumcised, you would understand why people hate the Jews. But I support this idea that they are not the makers of who they are, that they belong to someone else, and that those people are really to blame, and that the so-called Jews are really victims to like being a slave or being a dog. The dogs don't choose their masters. Dogs can't really influence their master's behavior. You should just like take out the master and then let the dog heal. Be like, well, you're not the chosen ones and circumcision was wrong. I'm not talking about like eradicating all the Jews to solve the problem. I don't think that would solve anything. Um, I'm talking about find the source of circumcision. Who benefited from the girls being virgins from circumcision? Yeah, I get it. Boys will freaking crawl in the window to get her all pregnant. Oh, I love her. No, you're just trying to reproduce. Trust me, as soon as you've come in her, you're going to forget about her and go someplace else and get someone else pregnant. And so we circumcise them and make them get married. You're going to stay with one woman, you motherfucker. Right? Because if you don't do that, guys will be like, "Oh, I'm the best. I'm gonna go off, and Susie Q is nice." You're just gonna do that until you freaking got what you need, and then you're gonna disappear. So yeah, circumcise them. No getting girls pregnant. They don't want to be pregnant by you. Right? Worms as people. Yeah, worms, a lot of diseases spread along the sexual channel, and when they get in your body, they'll make you want to have sex to spread the disease. So more people are infected. So yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if most so-called pedophiles and rapists are actually like diseased people. Yeah, I see, here's how I feel about it. You don't have a right to punish people. You do have a right to segregate dangerous people. People are proved dangerous. You can't trust them outside. You can't trust them. They're going to light things on fire. They're going to rape people. They're going to do horrible things. Yeah, put them in a box forever. Sorry. You know, uh, it's not punishment. It's that you can't trust them, right? And they're dangerous. You have a right to protect yourself. But you're not punishing them because like this whole idea that they're a punisher is really just slavery. You obey the words or I have the right to hurt you. It's like totally like, okay, you think I'm your dog. I'm not your dog. So, yeah. healing mentally a little bit. Yeah. I think definitely like the longer I've developed my own theories and the longer I've sat with like my own view of the world, the more confident I got. Receiving how the world works from them is like, what? But thinking about it on my own is like, yeah, that's obviously the way it works. Super clear, right? A lot more mental confidence, a lot more relaxation. Yeah. Letting them tell me how it works. It's the same goddamn monkey in a different costume. It's like people go like, oh, there's a difference between science and religion. No, there's not. It's the same bullshitter wearing a new hat. There's no difference. It's just Monkey Island version 2. So, anyway, yeah, that's been a good yap. I'm on a great hill with a good view of the tower, which is why I'm making a big yap right now. But, yeah, nice and snowy. Yeah, it's all melting up here. It's gonna be melted for a few weeks, so pretty good. Anyway, thanks for listening. Yeah, I do hope they make people who live forever for free. I'm definitely support teaching the AI the life script, like basically making the AI a genome recorder detector. And so basically the idea is that if the AI has every genetic sequence and the AI knows all the creatures in and out, right? It's like got a anatomical perfection. It will be able to basically assume how things work and maybe be right, where it's like, yeah, if you change these genes together, it does that. But who and what reads the genes? That's definitely a very interesting thing, because that would be like the master controller, right? Get anything from it. Yeah, end the life game and elevate it based on our choices. So yeah, kind of like transhumanism is this idea that we are a risen species by our own evolution, and that by consciously choosing a new path, we can literally make that path, right? We don't have to have a try-fail cycle with birth and death anymore. We can have a deliberate engineering of a new form in a new way, which is like the Eternal Pleasure Body AI Spaceship Core. So I feel like I was a keeper. I do. I feel like I was like in a past life or something. I was like one of the Eternals. And I feel like there was so much reverence that they had for the makers. And they're like, who were the makers? That must be so deep. It's like dealing with a god. And I am a maker now. And it's not like being a god. And that it's like your parents had bad lives. They gave you slightly better. You know, you had a bad life. You gave you kids slightly better. And it's about like really wanting something better for them. So, but yeah. Education. I basically support education, but that person is, if you're a good person or a bad person, that's the influence you'll have on them in a massive way. Yeah. If the people doing the education are not good people, if they are slavers and pedophiles, then the educated will suffer, you know. And if you're a great person, then the educated will benefit. Yeah. Power supply hasn't turned off yet. All right. I don't know what happened to it. It turned itself off a little while ago. Where is this turning? I hope. Anyway, that's the vlog for today. Thanks for watching.